It's your boy, the Persistent Mitchell, coming at you again with another episode talking about being financially free at the end of all this. My daughter put that on there, so I love you, Dad. She's 5. That's awesome. But, so I have this here. E, employee. S, self-employed. B, there's no particular order, big business. I, investor. So 95% of the people hang out in this arena. They, they say the other percentage, say 3%, hang out in this arena, self-employed, big business, investors. So what is it when I'm saying this? To say this, employees, what's the outcome at the end? Social Security, 401k. Remember, your money is taxed the heaviest right in this arena. You pay the most taxes out of everybody right there, taxed heavy. Self-employed, the soloist, this person doesn't really hire people. Say 70% of the businesses they never hire anyone, so it's only like 28% of the businesses that actually hire people. Big business, that's your Starbucks, that's your any franchise, McDonald's, all those places that, and you need seed money to get started in this. And then investors. Now here's where everybody should want to get to. So I guess this will be the route that people take. But the investor, what is this? Legacy, um, time freedom, uh, living a better life. Because in this day and age, if you don't have money, you don't have experiences as much. I can attest to that right now. I don't know how to put it, but people in my family, they are none of this. Uh, they're on some form of government assistance. So if the government wasn't nice, there would be nothing. And who pays for this? Who pays for this right here? Is these people. They pay for all of that. So what do they have left? So now it doesn't make these people bad people. They're just the hardest working folks. They followed the tradition. Generally, they went to school, higher education, um, degrees. You what else? They got student loans. Like I said, I have the privilege of seeing this. Um, my job allows me to kind of get a view of how people do it, so it gives me an idea how to do it different. The soloists, like I said, they don't hire anybody. They wear a bunch of hats. They say, hey, I want to have my own business, but usually they're a slave to their business. They don't actually own a business. They own a job. They own a job. Big business, you generally need seed money, so you have to beg, borrow, and steal from friends and loans from banks, franchises. The key is not to buy one, to buy 4 or 10 or 30. That's the goal. And you take a little bit off all of them. So you got these people, tax the heaviest. They're smarter. They definitely are smarter. They have degrees. They got a lot of letters behind their name, and generally they have student loans. And what's their outcome? So from all the years, their 40 years of going hard, they end up on Social Security and 401k. And 401k, once you start to take their money out, you figure out that 401k is 401 nay. Nay. And I found that out. I talked to some people that's taking out their 401k now, and they call it crap. They got to go back and get a job. So, but you want to be here, the investor. So if you don't have seed money, what's the way to do it? So that's how I introduced my network marketing business. So my network marketing business, there's me, there's you. I'm smiling because I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna show you what I know. I'm gonna introduce you to the people I know. I'm an eagle with rhino skin. Well, here you are. You're uncertain though. And what I do is I teach you what I know, right? And then I find other people to teach what I know. But they have to be open. They have to be willing to look at things differently than what they've known. Now, I know that this is the way. So the conditioning started from kindergarten. We say, hey, go and you be the best damn employee. But what nobody knows is the Rockefellers and the Carnegies set this up to teach their employees, to train their employees to be the best employees. They didn't train them to do any critical thinking. This is critical thinking. You got to think outside the box. You wear a bunch of hats. You own a job, right? Big business, critical thinking. You usually get some people to help you out. You go into business together. But here's the struggle part. The struggle about businesses, little mom and pop and brick and mortar. 5 to 10 years is their span. I walked through the mall the other day. I got a video of me walking through the mall, and I was kind of shocked to see. I don't know the last time I've been in the mall. Maybe it's been about 2 months. But there was at least 5 businesses that weren't the same business. Like the door with the sign was off, under reconstruction, but the sign was gone. And I will say 5 businesses in the mall. So here's the thing, they end up right here. So they say in the first 5 years, 90% of them will be gone. Gone. Maybe they just bad location, maybe they just don't have advertising dollars or whatever it may be. They generally just run out of money. These guys run out of money. Because it's going to take, and they say it takes you 5 to 7 years to make profit. 5 to 7 years, you guys. So then here's me over here from the hood. Uh, I got an associate's degree. I see it different. I got a job still, so I got a job, but I'm shifting. And after a while, this will replace this. And that's the goal. Like it's an evolution. You don't have windfalls to get rich. It's accumulation of it. And you gotta have new thinking. You got new thinking. You gotta you gotta have some faith. Gotta have some faith. I know too many people that's over here working at these jobs and hate these jobs, and they get fired for they say they do just enough not to get fired, and the job pays you just enough not to quit, and that's true. That's definitely true. But it doesn't require you to do any new thinking. There's no new thinking over here. New thinking, definitely out the box. But these people end up doing this with me because they understand the benefit of leveraged income. There's only 24 hours in the day. 24 hours in a day. Bill Gates gets 24 hours. Warren Buffett gets 24 hours. Tony Robbins gets 24 hours. What's the guy? Elon Musk gets 24 hours. What's the guy from Amazon? He gets 24 hours. So how are they making so much more than we are? How are they doing that? Leveraged income. Leverage income. Yes, you start off slow. It won't take you no damn 5 years, that's for sure. It may take you a year. But the key is the reorder, the reorder, the reorder, the reorder. You're just a store in the mall. And what builds you up over here is personal development. PD, I'll put that PD. Associations. You got when you interact with people, you got to figure out, are they rock or are they fertilizer? Are they helping you grow? Man, I know I'm gonna turn some people off. People be like, what the hell? He always talking that shit. But I live a way. I'm very disciplined. I get to live a life. I go to the gym. I'm in some groups, church group. I'm a table leader. I own a business. We building a business. I got 3 kids. I got a mortgage. I got a car payment. You know, there's things I'm you, but I'm morphing into this more and more each day. Leveraged income, leveraged income, leveraged income, leveraged income. So you got to decide, hey, so this leveraged income is going to allow me to do all these things to become an investor. And investing, legacy, time freedom, better life. You need things now to experience things. That's just how sophisticated the world is. If you ain't got shit, you ain't going to have shit. Bottom line. So I know I kind of scratched this up, but hopefully it made sense and you follow me on where I'm going. Big business. You own multiple businesses. Each one of these is a franchise. And guess what they get to do? They get more stores in the mall. More stores in the mall. More stores in the mall. Leverage income. Hey, if I'm doing it, I bring you on, I'll show you how to do it. I make a low percentage off you, but remember, I'll show you how to do it. So here's the thing, in the car business, when you first start in the car business, kind of what you pay for is your education. So when you split a deal, it's the same thing. And guess what? You build up, this is your empire. It's like Game of Thrones. My kingdom, your kingdom, your kingdom, your kingdom. And you get to decide what you want to do with it. Personal development, building up rhino skin. Because people are going to oppose your ass. This is something different. And it's not different. It's just such a low percentage of people that do it. And I was thinking about this. So you got X amount of white people, right? And people say, well, the white people get all of this, right? But there's more white people than black people. There's like 3 to 4 times more white people. So if you play the percentages say that X amount of us should get right here too. It's going to look fewer because it's just fewer of us, but the percentages are the same. The people are the same. You got 95% of the people that only think this way. This is it. That's the only way they think. You got, this is like 1%. So here's a question for you. If I had a parcel of land next to your parcel of land, and my land was growing and producing twice as much as your land was producing, would you come and ask me what I'm doing? Seriously, would you come and ask me what I'm doing? Most people won't. They won't. They'll get jealous and say, hey, I'm getting lucky or whatever it is. But then when you call me lucky, you discount all my effort. You discount all the books I read. You discount all the seminars I've been to. You discount all the people I associate with. That's the thing. 5 to 10 years, these go out of business. 5 to 7 years to make a profit. So look, that's why 5 years, 5 to 7, it overlaps. They're gone. They're gone. It's only a few. How many names you see change? You can walk in a business and know the business ain't gonna last. I walked in 3 businesses last week. I didn't say shit. Hey, I'm gonna try to support y'all, but I can tell this got a short fuse. Tax the heaviest. 401k, Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, whichever one it is. Less health. Your health they're gonna treat you like dog shit when you ain't got no money. So you get to pick. I'll choose over here. But it takes me taking these steps. I'm already doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing this. So my next step is over here. Where do you sit in this process? Are you growing? Are you trying to be open to new things? Do new thinking? Most people are not. Damn. It sucks. Most people are not. And they look and say, oh my God, you're lucky. I had a guy tell me, why don't I take it easy? Why you try to do so many things? I said, why not, bro? Shoot, when a baby is born, how many languages can a baby learn? It's the question. How many languages can a baby learn? As many teachers show up with different languages as it can. So if you got 100 people with 100 different languages, that baby will know 100 languages. That's just how it goes. So where do we lose that capacity at when we become adults? We got to think the same way. So this is the first story we were told. It's the first story. And we've held on to that story. That story goes on and on and on and on and on. It's not the story. I left LA. Somebody shot at me. Changed my direction. Changed my trajectory. Somebody shot at me. Somebody shot at me. That's where it was. Somebody shot at me. It changed my story. It changed my story. Now here I go as I grow. Go out, please. Of course, my daughter walks in and she heard me say somebody shot at me. She's like, ah! She's never been in that world. That's the world I come from. And what trips me out, I don't know how people stay. So the first story I was told is that I was poor and we wasn't gonna have shit, and it's just the way it was. I'll tell you guys what happened. I went to the gym and I was hanging around with these people. I didn't know the gym put me in uh, associations with people that had shit. No, I never knew. They never let it be their tag or their image. They just was in there working out, trying to. Our whole conversation was get fit. How much muscles can you get? You know. But just some food for thought. I know I messed this thing up, but better life, legacy, time freedom. Employee, 95% taxed at worst. Higher education, you got smart as shit. I don't take that away from you. But I always say, how are you smart? If you smart, you study the field and you're not even in that field. What's crazy, I think it's 65, 70% of the people that study something in school don't even do it. What was the point? I'll take that time back. They got degrees, 40-year plan. And so you go to work for 40 years and then you retire on 40% of the income that you couldn't live on at first. That's real. That's real. Soloist, you own the job. And you got your X amount of people, your 50% of people, just period, is just on government assistance. But government assistance dollars come from these guys. These guys pay less tax. And yet they have the most money. And did you know this? That more rich people contribute to more things than the government does. And people blame rich people like, what the hell? No, they contribute more than the government does. Government put your ass in a long ass line. They say, hey, all you got is time. You know? But think about it. So everybody's gonna oppose me, always. They're gonna say no. And not that they say no, oh, I don't do that. Well, let me ask you a question. If you think that if you learn the skill that I have, or you was able to leverage the skill that I have, you could benefit from it? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, with that being said, it's your boy, the Persistent Mitchell. I'm about to step off. It's 4th of July, but I felt this on me, and I can bust this out at any time. Anytime you want to see it again, you want me to go slow, I got you. Your boy, the Persistent Mitchell, and I'm out.
Yeah.